You can grow almost anything in a container. If you've always wanted to plant a beautiful container garden but don't know where to start, or if you just want some new ideas and some inspiration, stay with us because in this episode, Stephanie Morris from Connon Nurseries will show us how to create a beautiful container garden for all seasons. So whether it's spring, summer, winter or fall, the possibilities are endless. You're watching Daily Web TV.
One of the best things about container gardening is that you get a new look every time, but are there any rules? Stephanie, are there any rules?
Well, if there are, I don't know what they are. I tend to be very spontaneous, and this is a very creative thing, putting containers together. And so it's really going to be a matter of choosing fantastic materials that suits the person.
So it's really like designing it from the ground up?
Absolutely. Starting with the container, that's the first thing that we want to determine, because the shape and the style is going to determine the pieces that are going in it. And from that point, we can start choosing something that might be the tallest feature. It might be center, it might be off center. Then we're going to choose things that are of a medium height, and then things that are going to trail and travel through and soften the whole edge of the container. But every container is different just about, and so the plantings are going to be completely different from one person to another.
So it's really like a piece of furniture that you don't have to spend $6,000 on a new design and a new look because you just feel like it.
Well, that's exactly right, because you've got the frame in the case of the fantastic sofa, and in this case, you know, investing in a really good container that you won't grow tired of, you can just keep reusing it and reusing it, but changing the contents year in and year out. I know people that change the color scheme each year because they like to be challenged by a whole new color scheme. And so again, it becomes a completely different look, but the container remains the same.
And then do you change the look throughout the season?
Well, absolutely, because you want to be presenting as much variety, I think, as possible. Because if you're like me, I love entertaining, I love people coming over. In springtime, I really think that we need to be cheered, and we need color after those long winters. So we're going to do tulips, we're going to do daffodils, we're going to do pansies. And then May 24th, we're going to start getting into the more summery, very colorful materials that are going to last the longest. And then from that, depending on the fall season, there may still be beautiful things that are in that container, especially the trailing bits, maybe even the center high point of the arrangement. Then you're going to start adding your fall things, chrysanthemums, kale, some chili peppers, and fun things like that for the fall theme, Thanksgiving. And then we have the holiday season, and we have boughs, we have beautiful evergreens, we have a phenomenal selection of things for the holiday season.
So it never stops being an amazing point of interest. Now, do you design for specific people? Do they come in and you design for them?
Oh, that's the most fun, because I create it specifically for them. And so once we've chosen the container, or they'll bring their own container from home, with that container in mind, then we go around and we select the plant material, literally every last thing that's going to go in there. Or they may know that they want this thing in particular, and then I'll help them coordinate all the colors and the textures so that by the end, when I've finished the planting, it's exactly what they wanted, no surprises, and it is absolutely unique to their home. Nobody else will have the same planting.
So they just take it home and water it?
Oh, well, we hope. Yes, that's the most important thing. Once it leaves, oh, please water it. But we do use the highest premium type of soil that's not going to dry out as quickly. It's going to maintain moisture. And then we also very highly recommend a particular granular fertilizer to keep it flowering. Nothing worse when the geraniums stop flowering entirely. So with these key things, we want them to go away with the power to sustain these containers so that they're going to be spectacular.
That's so exciting. Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
I'm sure if you come to Connon Nurseries, you will design a container for anybody that comes in.
Any occasion.
Any occasion. So if you want to meet Stephanie, you know where to go. And if you want any inspiration, advice, ideas, tips, you can also go to connon.ca. You've been watching Daily Web TV.